But today's video is all about Alma's hair. That part tends to be, and as you can see, this is why I don't show her often. Well, one of the reasons. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I haven't done a video on her hair since she's been 11 months old. That's the last time I gave you like a real update, a real routine on what I do on her hair. And as you can see, now we've got like 21 inches of length here on an almost 4-year-old. She'll be 4 in March, and her hair has grown insanely long, and I have never trimmed Alma's hair. So I wanted to show this process before we ever get to that point. So I want to show you guys how I protect her hair, how I moisturize her hair, how I maintain her hair throughout the week, and how I wash it and detangle and all of that good stuff that involves a 4-year-old hair that is curly, that is dry, that is fine, and very prone to tangles. Today I'm going to be doing a wash and style on her hair, even though that is not what I do weekly on her hair. I wash her hair once a week, typically on the weekends, because I take that time to deep condition my hair, and I also take that time to do something to her hair. It's always a washing process, and I can choose to leave her hair in a protective style like twist outs, which is our favorite protective style, or I just do one simple braid or 2 simple braids on her hair and leave her hair tucked away so that it doesn't get tangled, and by the next time I wash her hair isn't like super tangled, and it's just very easy to wash. If I do a wash and style where her hair is out and curly for a whole week, then by the next wash day, there's a lot more prepping that I have to do. And that's the prepping that I'm gonna show you guys today, where I detangle and deep condition her hair before we wash it. So this is what her hair looks like after 6 days of it not being washed. It's about time. It's about time. Alma's hair today is pretty tangled, and then something that always happens is, come here, Mamita, turn around, is these little knots over here in the back, which is really tough to deal with because her hair is very fine and gets tangled the most back here. So that's going to be taken care of today. I know some parents are very overwhelmed by their child's curly hair, but just make the best of it. Find ways that are convenient for both of you, and it'll all work out. The first thing I like to do is get the towel going, everything that I'm gonna bring downstairs, because we're gonna go to the living room to do this. I prefer to detangle first, calmly sitting down on our couch while she watches a movie, and after I detangle, then I can wash her hair on the sink with our wash day bae. Her neck rests so nicely and so comfortably for the both of us because I get to stand straight without having to bend over or do anything that's draining for myself. Very comfortable for me, very comfortable for her. And recently people have been telling me that it's been sold out for so long and they can't find it anymore. If it's not available, I'm gonna link something very similar to this down below so you guys can check this out. Sometimes I do like washing her hair in the actual shower with me, but this takes a different process. I will have to take our stool, put it in there, have her sit down on the stool, and I only choose to do that when I know her hair isn't super tangled like it is today. So Alma doesn't get screen time a lot in comparison to, you know, other kids that we're used to seeing. She doesn't watch like standard TV. We don't even have cable here. We're movie people, and we like that more controlled thing. So she watches a movie about 3 times a week. And one of those times is when we take the opportunity to do her hair calmly. She enjoys the movie. She's very open to watching the movie because she doesn't get screen time on a daily basis or as often. So she's very much calm in this process, and it allows me to do her hair properly without the stress and without the commotion, right? So today we're gonna watch a movie, detangle her hair, and oil scalp massage her scalp and deep condition her ends, because tomorrow we're gonna wash all of that out with our shampoo and conditioner and style her hair. For us, this is a 2-day process. For you guys, it's 10 minutes. We're very into the Studio Ghibli movies. I think they're Japanese movies, and we really love them. Today we're gonna watch one called Only Yesterday, right? You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. So this is technically called a pre-poo treatment, and we are pre-pooing by massaging her scalp with my DIY hair oil that you guys must have seen in my previous video. I just apply it on her scalp and massage away for like a few minutes, and then the treatment part comes in by me deep conditioning her hair by adding some water first and detangling at the same time. And this is a very realistic way to deep condition your child's hair without doing the traditional process of washing first and then deep conditioning for a few minutes and then rinsing out. I think those steps are just too much for a 4-year-old, and it's unrealistic to expect her to have the patience for it. So this is my way of getting her to do all of those steps without it having to be too much or too much time for her. And I want you to notice that when I'm detangling her hair, I'm detangling the hair that's under my fingers. So I'm basically holding her hair and detangling from the bottom up and holding her hair from her scalp. So it's not pulling hair from her scalp. It's just detangling from the bottom and then moving my way up. This just prevents tugging and breakage. I don't want her to go through any pain. I remember the painful moments I went through with my mom, and I really try to avoid that. Sometimes it doesn't always go smoothly, but I try my best. And by the way, this whole process took me about an hour and 30 minutes, and I could have continued to wash her hair on this same day, but I decided not to, just to give her a break and give myself a break. Her hair is already detangled, which makes the washing and detangling process on this part very easy. And I use a microfiber towel like this one just to place on the neck part, just in case a little bit of water slips through her neck or anything like that while I'm rinsing it out. The pillow is there to protect behind the neck and avoid tangling and frizzing up the back of her head. I also like using this Ceremonial scalp massage scrub. It helps cleanse your scalp so well while also being very gentle on the skin on your scalp. And I'm using this brush to detangle today, which is very soft and gentle as well, but gets the job done better than the hard bristle wide tooth combs. This is the best one for me, and I love using it on her.
It takes so long.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a long time, but today it's gonna be quick. You know why?
Yes.
Yesterday we detangled your hair. There's not gonna be a lot of detangling today. It's already detangled. I just want to note before we start that for the past few months, I've been obsessed with using the Hair Story New Wash on her hair consistently, which is the opposite of a shampoo because it doesn't have any detergents in it. We're obsessed with it, but today I'm going to our OG favorite Innocence Hydrating Cream shampoo and focusing that on her scalp just to give a little refresh, even though I love Hair Story's New Wash on an often basis. From time to time, I like to refresh her scalp, like on a day like today where we're doing a wash-in style, to give her hair a little bit of a restart. And because I like using a scalp scrub on myself, I love using it on her as well because I feel like it gets rid of the buildup and refreshes her scalp so well. There's no flakes left behind. I only have to shampoo once. And after cleansing her scalp very well with that shampoo that's very hydrating and very clean, I drag it down with my hands, but I do not scrub her ends. Do not do that, even to your hair. All I do is drag the shampoo down with my hands all the way to her ends instead of scrubbing her ends, which is not good for the ends and will only dry it out. The only thing left from here to do is rinse everything out very well and apply the conditioner along with a little bit of water, because this conditioner from Innocence is so thick, so thick that I wish they didn't place it in this type of packaging. I wish it was like in a jar, kind of like a deep conditioner that I can just scoop out because it would be much easier. Maybe I should do that on my own. But anyway, I love this conditioner. I've been using it for years on her, pretty much since she's been 1 year old. And again, I always detangle starting with the ends and then working my way up. And then I kind of use my fingers to kind of separate any little parts that are stuck together before I continue detangling. But this conditioner definitely helps. Even though I already pre-detangled, I still love the conditioner to add moisture and make sure her hair is hydrated before we move on to the styling process. Now, like with all her products and my own products, I like to use the most natural products possible while keeping efficiency and functionality second. So ingredients are first for me. Second is how well it works. And these aren't the only products I use. I experiment, from week to week, but these are some of the ones that I really love lately. But what never changes is I always begin with water. I spray water on first, and lately I've been loving this Frizz Fix serum from Bondi Boost. I've been loving it on myself, so I decided to give it a shot on her. This is the second time I'm using it in her hair, and it's very silky and nice, so I feel like it's a good foundation to start with when I'm doing a wash and style like this where her hair will be out and I want it to look shiny and silky. From here, I always part her hair in half because it's easier to work on her hair when I'm styling it in the bottom, making sure that it's moisturized, making sure that I'm styling every strand. And it's just easier to balance moisture when you're parting the hair in half. And now I'm using the Bounce Curl Moisture Balance Leave-In Conditioner, which is very light but still moisturizing. And this is one of those products that I love on myself as well. I have a whole video on it. But I started using it on her, I think, since she's been 2.5, and I still love it till this day. And because I love the lock method, especially on her hair type, I'm using the Flower Supply by Together Beauty. It's just a light combination of oils. And after the oil, I'll be using the Bondi Boost Curl Boss styling cream, which I have been loving for myself as well lately. I just recently got this just like 2 weeks ago, so this is the first time I'm using it in her hair today, but I knew I would love it. And this combination of lock method, basically leave-in, then oil, and then cream, works really great for her. So I love doing this almost in every styling routine. Whether it's going to be out or tucked away in a protective style, I always kind of do this method just with different products. And to style her curls, I love using the Tangle Teaser brush, which is what I'm using here, to distribute the product in all of her strands and create that definition in her hair that I love. For the front of her hair, I always like to separate it and do something a little different with it, because it not only has highlights and looks drier, it's also finer and more unruly. It's very hard to maintain moisture in that specific area, so I either tie it, twist it, or braid it, or do something in the front that's going to keep it away from her face and keep it more maintained. Here's a clip from a few months ago when I decided to do a braid in the front, which is actually what I like to do the most, because the braid allows me to restyle her hair a lot easier and it just looks more maintained and controlled with the braid in the front. But today I decided to tie it so that it's not always the same, which is all right, but I still like the braid a lot more. But moving forward, this is her styling routine. I use the exact same products on the rest of her hair, the exact same technique. Brushing it through with the Tangle Teaser, creating those nice, luscious, defined curls that I love. I'm obsessed with her hair. I actually wish my hair was more like hers. I tell her that every day, and she really does believe me, because it's true. And by the way, she's drinking tea here. We're just gonna let her hair air dry, let it rock. Her hair dries really fast. And when it's all dry, these are the results. This is what we've got. Hydrated, nice curls. I want to ask you some advice for my hair. I want my hair to be long, like yours. So what do?
Twist it.
Twist it? Okay, that, like the twist outs that I do with protective style, so your hair is twisted. Okay, and what else do I have to do to get long hair, like yours?
Wash it in the shower.
Yes. Wash it in the shower. Okay.
Go like this.
Go like that?
Yes.
Like put products in it?
Yeah.
Okay, put products in it. And do you cut your hair?
No.
No cut. So maybe your hair is that long because you never cut it?
No, I don't brush to cut it.
You're not supposed to cut it?
Yeah, only Manny and Daddy cut it.
Okay. Should I cut my hair?
No.
No, that's why my hair is short, right?
Yeah.
That's why my hair is shorter, because I cut it. And you didn't cut yours.
You had long like me.
A little bit, yeah. This is the bangs. My bangs are short. See how you have shorter hair in the front? But I want the back really long.
That's why you can really cut your hair.
Exactly. I get tons of questions on what I do with her hair to go to sleep. And right now, she's about to go to sleep. We've got PJs on, so I'm just gonna show you guys how simply I go about it. I use a satin scrunchie, and she has a satin pillowcase. Sometimes she uses this, sometimes she doesn't. All I do is put her hair all the way up and tie it with a satin scrunchie, and this prevents her hair from going all over the place. And I only tie it twice, because if I tie it once, it won't hold up. The next day when I take this scrunchie off, her hair is most likely still very moisturized enough where I don't have to do anything to her hair. Sometimes I'll retouch this front part and retie it so that it looks neat, and sometimes I'll take that front part and do a braid or something like that, just so it looks neater and the rest of her hair is like just regular down. Yeah, that's what we do. She goes to bed just like this. Simple as that.
Bye, Susan.